If 14 years of English literature and language taught me anything, it's how to overanalyze. Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because a lot of new generation rappers are criticised for their quote-unquote dumb lyrics, and I'm heading to genius.com to change that. I'm going to convince you that these so-called bad lyricists, Playboi Carti, Travis Scott, Yeat and more, are actually geniuses, using my skills in overanalysis and annotation to prove it. And there's no better place to start than one of the rappers I just mentioned, Travis Scott. Over the past decade, Travis has cemented himself as one of the most popular artists in hip-hop, with his atmospheric production and auto-tune delivery. But his lyrics aren't the best. Take this one for example.
I get shit all day, diaper.
While this may appear to be stupid on the surface, it's not. Here's my analysis. This lyric is an analogy of the freedom that Travis had earned through his musical success up to this point, and the inherent liberty that comes with youth. The diaper, in this scenario, represents the respect that Travis had garnered within the hip-hop scene. This respect facilitated his freedom of expression as a diaper supports and coddles shit, and gave Travis free rein to create the groundbreaking project that is Rodeo. This annotation is brought to you by Pampers. Next up is Yeat, who, when he's not making up words that need translating, is saying stuff like, and who can forget, Let's take a look at that last one. This lyric could be misinterpreted as dumb, however that is not the case. Yeat is actually providing a meta-commentary on society's over-reliance on technology to facilitate instant gratification and how it has led to an increasingly lazy population. He even uses an improper verb, eated, to accentuate his point. Lyrical genius. Now, the first two rappers that I looked at don't really prioritise lyrics in their music, but this next one does. Could you tell? Yeah, despite Jack Harlow trying to be clever with his wordplay, it never seems to work and always falls flat. But I'm not here to punch down on Jack's lyrics, I'm here to prove they're good, no matter how hard it may be.
I know my grandpa would have a heart attack if I pulled 100 grand out, so I'm not gonna pull 100 grand out.
People doubt Jack Harlow's lyrical ability, but this lyric proves to the doubters that Jack truly is the Shakespeare of our time. In fact, many have mistaken this bar for a Sigmund Freud quote. 100 grand out is a perfect rhyme with 100 grand out, with both phrases sharing the same vowels, consonants, and rhythm. Few would attempt to craft a sentence with such perfect lyrical symmetry, but Jack has the audacity and genius to pull it off. He really is the rapper of all time. Obviously that analysis was quite sarcastic, so I made sure my next one was completely objective.
Every other night another dollar getting made.
That comes from Gunna on Sold Out Dates, and is a lyric I've heard countless times, but only just realised how strange it is. Every other night another dollar getting made? This seems a surprisingly low amount of money to be making, especially for someone who flexes as frequently as Gunna. Assuming this $1 every other night salary as part of his record deal, Gunna would have accumulated approximately $1,400 since signing to YSL in November 2016. I hope he has another source of income. It's a miracle he can afford food, especially the amount he was eating from 2018 to 2022. From someone who used to eat too much to someone who only eats fruit roll-ups and Cheetos, next on my list is Playboi Carti. Carti is known for his lyrical ability and prowess, and this really shines through when he's in the studio. But the lyric I want to highlight today is from the song Backrooms. Carti claims that flakiness, i.e. unreliability, is not in his nature. However, despite this claim, he has promised yet never released countless projects over the years, cancelled tours, and failed to appear at numerous concerts. As a result, many would in fact describe him as flaky. It instead makes more sense to interpret this line differently. I ain't ever flake could be referring to Carti's lack of dandruff, likely a result of using Head & Shoulders shampoo. In fact, Carti may wash his hair too much, with fans speculating that he's experiencing hair loss. At this point, I'd like to point out the lengths that I went to make these dumb annotations. You see, a couple of months ago when I edited rappers' Wikipedia pages to effectively spread misinformation, I came across semi-protected pages. These are Wikipedia pages that, for one reason or another, prevent new accounts from editing them. And in order to make changes to these pages, you have to make at least 10 edits elsewhere. This was a little annoying as I had to spend some time finding pages that needed updating and amending them, but it wasn't too bad. Going into this video, I assumed that making annotations on Genius would be easier. I mean, you can find annotations like this and this all over the website, but it wasn't easier. Instead of having to make 10 edits to earn access to protected pages, I had to make 100, which took hours. But so far it's been worth it. Well, that's what I thought, until I heard this.
Got raggedy racks in my nappity sack.
When trying to annotate this lyric, I threw everything out the window. I couldn't bring myself to try and find the genius in it. There just wasn't any. Nav is 34 years old. He is old enough to have witnessed the fall of the Berlin Wall, and was alive at the same time as Dr. Seuss, yet produces these lyrics. Very mature, Nav. And before you ask, yes, both of those facts are true. Also, this isn't really relevant, but here's the leaked audio for that song.
Raggedy racks in my nut.
I know Nav is just trying to find a melody in this clip, but I find it interesting that his middle name is literally Sing. Anyway, moving on, I needed some lyrics that I could actually analyse, so I yet again turned to Playboi Carti.
My grandma still play bingo.
For this annotation, I thought I'd enlist the help of an English linguistics specialist, so I got in touch with Arran Stibbe, Professor at Gloucestershire University, and gave him my interpretation. This line serves as a social commentary on consumerism's waning impact amongst the lives of the elderly, and highlights the importance of prioritising immaterial experiences in an avaricious, money-centric society. In a somewhat unexpected deviation from the bourgeois ideology usually perpetuated in his lyrics, Carti draws attention to his grandmother's lifestyle, which is seemingly unaffected by the benefit of Carti's acquired riches. With or without excessive financial security, his grandmother's daily routine is unchanged, emphasising the irrelevance of affluence in one's senior years. Ironically, unlike the game of bingo, financial freedom does not provide the tools needed to tick all of life's boxes, with happiness and health on no account the byproduct of wealth. In addition, this lyric in particular accentuates the perceived immediacy of Carti's ascent to stardom. Although his near-decade spanning career may not be the epitome of so-called overnight success, for someone as senior as a grandmother, 10 years is a proportionately short amount of time. Would you sort of agree with what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm...
Yeah, definitely.
There you have it. Indisputable proof that not only this annotation, but all of the others I've made throughout this video are completely factual. Including this next one.
She think I'm green, huh? This bitch think I'm kill.
Ken's female companion assumes that he is green, i.e. eco-friendly. However, it is inferred that she is mistaken, and Ken is in fact not environmentally conscious. This is supported by the following line, where Ken describes flying out his lady friend, contributing to greenhouse gas emissions. Ken carbon footprint. Speaking of footprints,
The shoes I feel are huge.
are they though? You would assume that the shoes baby Keem feels are that of his idol, mentor and cousin, Kendrick Lamar. Yet, Kendrick has famously small feet. Honestly, I had kind of lost sight of my objective at this point, and instead of proving that these dumb lyrics are actually genius, I ended up making annotations that were equally as stupid. But it was hard not to when rappers have lyrics like,
That little baby got a fatty.
so I just embraced it. In this lyric, Ty Dolla $ign compliments fellow rapper Lil Baby on his buttocks. No diddy. But words couldn't do this next lyric justice.
I had a wet dream about beef.
So I used an image instead. And finally, my magnum opus.
I don't even know my tip is.
Yeat seems to have misplaced the tip of his penis. Someone set up a GoFundMe. I don't know why, but the mental image of Yeat trying to find the end of his penis is so funny to me. Like, where my tippy at? And with that, my job was finished, and my annotation journey drew to a close. Although I lost my way a little at the end, I think I did a pretty good job of proving the hidden genius behind some of these lyrics. So maybe the next time you see a lyric like this, or this, you won't be so quick to judge. Maybe you'll take the time to appreciate a deeper meaning that you wouldn't have otherwise— oh, come on!